Have you ever forgotten someone's name only seconds after hearing it? Or suddenly realized you can't remember huge parts of your childhood? Maybe you once knew a phone number perfectly, and now it's completely gone from your mind. But here's the strange part. The human brain is incredibly powerful. It can store enormous amounts of information, emotions, images, sounds, and experiences. So why does it delete memories? Why do some moments stay with us forever, while others disappear completely? And what if forgetting is actually one of the brain's most important survival tools? Today, we're going to explore why the brain erases memories, how memory actually works, and the fascinating science behind forgetting. Stay until the end, because some memories may not truly disappear at all. Let's begin. Memory is not like a video recording. The brain does not store life perfectly the way a camera records events. Instead, memories are created through networks of neurons communicating with each other. Every experience forms patterns inside the brain. When something important happens, neurons strengthen their connections. This process helps the brain store information for later use. But here's something important. The brain receives far more information than it could ever keep permanently. Every second, your senses collect enormous amounts of data. Sounds, faces, words, movements, emotions, temperatures, smells. If the brain tried to store every tiny detail forever, it would become overwhelmed. That's why forgetting is actually necessary. The brain constantly filters information and decides what deserves long-term storage. In many ways, forgetting helps the brain stay efficient. Scientists believe the brain removes weak, unnecessary, or unused information to make room for more important memories. This process may improve focus, learning, and decision-making. Now here's something fascinating. The brain is more likely to keep emotional memories. That's why people often remember embarrassing moments, fear, excitement, heartbreak, or happiness very clearly. Strong emotions activate areas of the brain connected to memory formation, especially a structure called the amygdala. This emotional system tells the brain, this experience is important, don't forget it. Meanwhile, emotionally unimportant information may fade much faster. That's why people may remember a painful argument from years ago, but forget what they ate 3 days ago. Now, let's discuss one of the biggest reasons memories disappear. Lack of repetition. The brain strengthens memories that are used repeatedly. If information is rarely revisited, the neural connections slowly weaken over time. This is sometimes called use it or lose it. For example, someone who stops speaking a language for many years may gradually forget vocabulary and grammar. The memory pathways become weaker because they are no longer activated regularly. Another major reason memories disappear is interference. New memories constantly compete with older ones. As new experiences enter the brain, older details may become harder to access. This is especially common when memories are similar. For example, people may confuse passwords, phone numbers, or names because the brain stores many similar pieces of information together. Now, here's something many people misunderstand. Forgetting does not always mean a memory is destroyed. Sometimes the brain simply struggles to retrieve it. The memory may still exist somewhere inside neural networks, but remain temporarily inaccessible. This explains why certain smells, songs, or places can suddenly trigger forgotten memories years later. The brain reconnects to old pathways unexpectedly. A simple smell may instantly bring back childhood memories people thought were completely gone. Now let's talk about childhood memories. Many people remember very little from the first years of life. This phenomenon is called childhood amnesia. Scientists believe this happens because the brain's memory systems are still developing during early childhood. Young children experience the world differently before language and long-term memory systems fully mature. As the brain develops, many early experiences become difficult to access later in life. Now here's something surprising. Sleep plays a massive role in memory. While sleeping, the brain organizes and strengthens important information gathered during the day. Memories are sorted, processed, and transferred into longer-term storage systems. Without enough sleep, memory becomes weaker. Concentration drops. Learning becomes harder. This is one reason students who sleep properly often remember information better than those who stay awake all night studying. Now let's discuss stress. Just short-term stress may sometimes improve memory temporarily because survival systems become highly alert. But chronic stress may damage memory over time. High levels of stress hormones like cortisol can negatively affect areas of the brain connected to learning and memory, especially the hippocampus. Long-term stress, anxiety, depression, and emotional trauma may all affect how memories are stored and recalled. Now here's another fascinating fact. The brain sometimes intentionally suppresses painful memories. In traumatic situations, the mind may partially block or weaken certain memories as a protective mechanism. Scientists still debate exactly how this works, but emotional trauma can strongly affect memory processing. Some people remember traumatic experiences extremely vividly. Others struggle to remember parts of them clearly at all. The brain's relationship with trauma and memory is incredibly complex. Now let's talk about false memories. This may sound unbelievable, but the brain can sometimes create memories that are not completely accurate. Memory is reconstructive. Each time people remember something, the brain rebuilds parts of the memory. And during this process, details may change slightly. Suggestions, emotions, imagination, or repeated storytelling may sometimes alter memories over time. That's why eyewitness memories are not always perfectly reliable. The brain prioritizes meaning and interpretation more than perfect recording accuracy. Now, here's something important. The brain removes information constantly to improve efficiency. Imagine trying to remember every face you saw in a crowded street years ago, every advertisement, every random sound, every object in every room. The mind would become overloaded. Forgetting allows humans to focus on what matters most. In many ways, forgetting is not a weakness. It's part of how intelligence works. Now let's discuss habits that may help support stronger memory. Good sleep is one of the most powerful tools for memory health. Exercise improves blood flow to the brain and may support cognitive function. Healthy nutrition provides important fuel for neurons. Learning new skills and mentally challenging activities may strengthen neural connections. Stress management also matters greatly, and repetition remains one of the most effective ways to strengthen memory pathways. The more often information is revisited, and the stronger the neural connections may become. Now let's quickly review why the brain forgets memories. To avoid information overload. Because unused memories weaken over time. Because new memories interfere with old ones. Because stress and trauma affect memory systems. And because the brain constantly prioritizes efficiency and survival. But perhaps the most fascinating thing is this. Some memories may never fully disappear. They may simply become hidden deep inside the brain, waiting for the right trigger to bring them back. The human brain is not designed to remember everything. It is designed to help humans survive, adapt, learn, and move forward. And sometimes, forgetting is just as important as remembering. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating science and psychology content explained in a simple and easy way. Take care of your brain, and we'll see you in the next video.